Hey everyone, ever stop to think about how the government buys stuff? And I mean everything. We're not just talking about paperclips and pens for the office. We're talking about massive projects like bridges and highways. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this huge and honestly kind of hidden world of government spending. It's a pretty wild question when you think about it, right? I mean, the sheer amount of public money involved is just staggering. And it's spent on this incredible range of goods and services. The whole process, what they call public procurement, is just massive. And with that scale, you can bet there are some really big challenges. Just think about it for a second. The government is probably the single biggest buyer in the entire economy. So that creates a huge, complex puzzle. How do you make sure it's fair so every business, big or small, gets a shot? How do you stop corruption, the backroom deals? And maybe most importantly, how do you guarantee that every single cent of taxpayer money, your money, is actually getting the best possible value? Okay, so you've got this massive, complicated problem. How on earth do you solve it? Well, in the 21st century, the answer, as it often does, started pointing in one direction: technology. The big idea was pretty simple, really. Take that entire massive government shopping list and just move the whole process online. And that brings us to this concept called e-government procurement, or you'll hear it called EGP. It sounds technical, but it's really not. All it means is using technology, computers, networks, the internet, to manage everything about government buying from A to Z. It's a modern, high-tech solution to a really, really old problem. So, why go through all this trouble? Well, it really boils down to three big goals. First, and this is a big one, good governance. That means making everything transparent, bringing it all out into the open. Second, value for money. Pretty straightforward, right? Making sure public money is spent smartly and efficiently. And third, economic development. You do this to create a fair, competitive marketplace where businesses of all sizes can actually compete. All right, so that's the big idea on a global scale. But how did the Philippines tackle this? Let's zoom in and take a look at their own homegrown solution. And what's pretty amazing, actually, is that the Philippines was way ahead of the curve on this. I mean, according to a 2017 survey from the Asian Development Bank, the country launched its first pilot system way back in the year 2000. That made them a real pioneer in the region for moving all of this online. And that system, of course, is PhilGEPS. The name you've probably heard. The official legal definition, which comes from the Government Procurement Reform Act, is super clear about its purpose. It's meant to be the single, centralized hub, the one and only official source of information for every single thing the government buys. And the whole mission of PhilGEPS is built on these three core ideas. You've got transparency, right? So anybody can see what's going on. Then there's accountability, which means holding officials responsible for their decisions. And finally, efficiency, which is all about streamlining the whole process to save time and, you guessed it, public money. So, okay, this all sounds great in theory. But who actually benefits from a system like this? The whole point is that it's supposed to be a win-win, creating real advantages for absolutely everyone involved, from the government agency buying supplies to the small business owner trying to make a sale. Let's break that down. For the government, it's a huge plus. It opens the door for more competition, which naturally helps drive prices down. Plus, it creates a super clear digital paper trail for auditing. Then, for suppliers and businesses, it's a total game changer. It levels the playing field, giving them easy access to all these opportunities they might never have even known existed. See? It really is set up to be a win-win. And this thing wasn't just built and forgotten. It's been evolving for years. You can see here it started as a pilot project way back in 2000, then came the official launch in 2006. After that, they kept adding more features in 2011, and then rolled out a big performance upgrade in 2018. It's been a story of constant improvement, trying to keep up with the times. All right, so that's the backstory, that's the why and the how it came to be. But what does it actually look like when you use it? Let's take a quick peek inside the platform. And here it is. This is the actual homepage for PhilGEPS. This is the front door, the main entrance to this huge digital marketplace. This is where literally billions of pesos in government contracts are posted, bid on, and awarded. This diagram really nails the whole concept. Think of it like this. On one side, you have all the government agencies that need stuff, whether it's building a new road or just buying a new software program. On the other side, you have all the businesses that can provide those things. PhilGEPS is that digital bridge right in the middle, connecting the two sides in a way that's efficient and totally out in the open. And the basic process is actually pretty simple. First, a government agency posts what they need to buy.
Then, businesses and suppliers can just search the site for those opportunities. If they find something they can do, they register and submit their bid electronically. And finally, the winning bid is chosen and, this is key, it's announced publicly for everyone to see. It's designed to be a transparent cycle, from the very beginning to the very end.
So really, the whole goal of PhilGEPS is to take this process out of the shadows, out of the closed rooms, and put it onto an open, digital platform. It's a fundamental shift in how public money is spent. And that leaves us with a really important question to think about. When you make spending public money this open and transparent, who do you think really benefits the most in the end?